Welcome to Secure Management Faculties, where your mind is key before you unlock what is seen. Secure Agent Dreyfuse. Looks like we're going to be on a constant rolling of vlogs. Um, really wanted to do a podcast today, but came down to it, made a final decision, and we're going to vlog it, right? That whole raw and whole, just all original atmosphere got a hold on me. But today, we're going to just simply be acknowledging those supportive observers, appreciate the subscriptions that have accumulated up to this point, and that will be acknowledged. But today, I'm not going to be leaving you without a self defense transparency lesson. I'm not going to be leaving you without a fortification. Then I'll get into those things. So, this is going to be touching bases on some things that I previously spoke on, but it's still its own topic at hand. I want to acknowledge experience versus passion. What does that have to do with self defense? Well, this is merely fortification. We're not speaking about experience versus passion to fortify oneself by having a multi conglomerate understanding of construct concepts that you use in order to not be knocked down. But the fueling source of experience and passion is simply based off of understanding. Many people in different positions, usually it goes to the person who's a veteran of something, and obviously a person who is new at something, either have experience or passion. And they get to a crippling stage in any form of their professional career when that form of opposition comes, when either experience or passion comes into play. What are we talking about? In a real world self defense situation, let's talk about experience. This is actually a true, but I will be dissecting it and applying my examples to it. But I used to have a partner that I associated with, and only on professional terms. He was a sportsman, if you will. Let's think of an American martial art. Think like wrestling, boxing. Let's just be honest, it was boxing. And so the person had experience. And the application of that experience made the person comfortable. So, with that experience and the situation that led to a specific concentration of defeat, the person could not fathom or did not or couldn't in that moment acknowledge such failure of experience and the effect of that experience failing to someone who possibly, or let's be honest, who was a novice. It was only a fleeting moment in the application of that experience failing, but it was the realization of that experience failing which made the form accumulate the feeling of disbelief within that partner. Why did that person fail? To a person who only essentially had opposing passion towards the experience. Because the weakness of having experience, people come across this idea that they've seen it all and did it all. And for the most part, in this realm, if you will, of the five senses, you've most likely come across a lot of things that you can say you've done it all and you've seen it all. But the application of removing the passion to be in the state of a freshness of a new, even in redundancy of information, is what makes you right away. Hence why the person got hit with the straight hook that was fully passionate, even though it probably didn't have any specific format. The fact of the matter is, that specific hook landed, if you will, or that specific strike, rather. The point is, the experience is what dulls your effect to the passion of the present. And you looking back on yesterday is what makes you bad today. But even more apparent, like I said before, having experience in the term or under the terms of living as in memory to what you used to be now does not acknowledge what you should be in the present. You have to understand this for actual fortification, not just to hide behind it and say you have a tool, but to actually be stronger. And so what I'm getting at is that if you're living in the past about what you've basically done, you need to understand to ask yourself, what are you doing now, right? And this is really crucial. This is why the previous video I was speaking about, I can refer back to experiences, what I've been in security protection, but it will never be out of alignment because I'm working security protection. Thus, amongst other things, my training continuously increases, experience and situations continue to increase, and I have the newborn, fresh birth passion to pursue these things. But I don't use my experience from yesterday. I let that work on autopilot, and I work from the experience of the present and the ever freshness of the passion. You see, you have to understand what that means, because when life catches up to you, you're gonna feel it hard. Today might be I'm used to until, today might be I knew all about it until, regardless of whatever application we're talking about, understand that a part of your warriorship, a part of your build, is to be the experience in the present moment and be the passion for the ever next moment while being present. And that application is what builds a solid warrior to make more standing experience in walking in truth. That will be it for experience versus passion. Now, for the purpose of this video, to all supporting observers, acknowledging the subscribers and more, even acknowledging the unsupporting observers, appreciate your time. I want to be as authentic as possible. I'm not about to turn into a banterous, giddy up, positive upbringing, even though we're talking professional exchange here, right? Between me and my thanks. But I want to be as authentically as possible coming from my spectrum and saying much appreciated. I appreciate the honest attention that I'm getting and not just the fluff attention that I could be getting. The acknowledgments I get in my direct messages, and even speaking about self-defense in terms of this transparency before we even go out into using physical tools. I want to thank you, and thank you once again more and more in this manner, professionally and personally, that says I see, I appreciate the questions, and thank you for coming back to this channel. Now, come bearing gifts. It's not all just about thanks. So, below, you're going to see the standard tab where you can ship out a gun for free. Don't forget that is a constant free option that you get paid for currency in your pocket. Go down below, hit the description, go to Dreyfuse D. Smith. Dreyfuse D. Smith is my personal Facebook page. I'm going to be presenting 4 firearms on that page. We're going to have 2 primary weapons, which are going to be 2 rifles, and 2 sidearm weapons, which are going to be 2 pistols, or rather 1 pistol and a revolver. They're going to be ascending in price range from the most cheapest and also to the most highest. But market value wise, as far as in comparison to their other counterparts, they're all cheap altogether. So what I mean by is they have been certified and approved, and they are modern, and they do have the specifications to match in order to prove their modern atmosphere, even though some may be traditionally built, like the revolver, but a revolver of modern time. Go check out those 4 weapons. I've already posted them, or I will be posting them on my Facebook page directly. And I also will be giving you some reinforcement. The other free application I'm going to be giving you is a review network. Many websites have review networks and they may not be touched upon. But you go to the website, and I'm going to provide the direct link on top of those 4 firearms that I'm going to be presenting. The review network will allow you to look at blogs, posts, videos, and other expressions of the format to search up the guns that I have posted and also the guns you have interest into. Follow the link to the website begin your search, and get your physical review if logical, hard specifications are not your suit. Once again, there's going to be a special thanks to those supporting observers on my page at the top. And in the middle, from this video into the special thanks at the top, you're going to see the presentable firearms plus your search network resource. Again, I want to thank and I appreciate you all adamantly, but from a true space of being myself. Thank you. See you on the next upload. And remember, when your mind is key, before you unlock what is seen, Secure Agent Dreyfuse.